I am with Rocket legend, Varsity T Hall of Famer, Ken Moyer, number 64 on the field. He was academic All-MAC. He was All-MAC on the field as well, and had a great career. Ken, talk about your career at UT and some of the great memories you had.
Oh, I was really blessed to have just a great experience at the University of Toledo. I grew spiritually, I grew emotionally, I grew academically, and I grew physically. So, hey, I got there as just a little kid that didn't know how to do anything, and ended up playing some football. And my memories there are nothing but fond. And so, yeah, I made some stupid mistakes, as any kid does when he grows. But that time there was formative in my life, and it was something I look back on with great fondness. And so Toledo always has a special place in my heart.
All right, you grew up right across the border in Bedford. Not a real highly recruited guy coming out of Bedford, the kicking mules, but you seemed to make the most of it when you stepped onto the practice field. Yeah,
I remember my high school coach came up to me after my last game and said, "Ken, I think you played good the last game. You ought to consider playing in college." And I said, "Oh, at a place like Toledo?" He said, "Oh, no, that's way too big for you. But we'll send him film anyways." And so, I am fortunate that I was recruited by two schools, Toledo and Penn, and I did not know the value of an Ivy League education at that time, and so I chose Toledo, and I had no regrets. It's been an awesome experience. So yeah, nobody really recruited me, but that's okay. It only takes one. You do realize, though, that Toledo is the harbor of the Ottawa River, right? Exactly. It is one of the best. One of the best. I always tell people it's in the top 50 engineering programs. That's all we need to do. That's exactly right. And very great engineering school. And you had a great career, like I said, an academic All-American. Now, on the field, you guys played some pretty good teams when you were there. I know you went down to Miami, gave them a scare. You played at Florida State, Arizona. Talk about some of those games and what that was like. Yeah, my first game playing in college, I went to Bedford High School, which, the most you'd have at a game might be 500 or 1,000 students. And the first game is at Arizona, and the stands are like straight up in the air, and there's 70,000 people watching us play. And so it was an eye-opening experience. I never forget playing in the Orange Bowl against Miami, Florida, and I've never seen so many people so happy that we lost. I was so frustrated. Oh my goodness, we could have won that game, but we didn't. But those are great memories. And I remember playing those games. And I remember the Bowling Green games. I just had an opportunity this summer to go to China with Tom Amstutz, who took a national team over to compete in the World University Championships. And I'll never forget just seeing him run out on the field at Bowling Green Stadium and do a head-first Pete Rose slide into a mud-filled stadium. And so it was unbelievable stadiums. I remember Todd Olson. I remember playing against Miami of Ohio, and we won on the last play of the game or the last drive of a game, and he's lying on the ground like a turtle upside down, flipped up, and I'm pounding on his chest like two little 8-year-old infants, but we're just so excited because we beat Bowling Green. So memories that you can't replace. It was an awesome experience. Okay, after that you went on to the NFL, played for the Bengals for 5 years, and ended up becoming a starter for a few. That was pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, I really believe that God blinded the eyes of my coaches, and he allowed me to play there a lot longer than my talent allowed me. But it was fun. I get to start almost 60 games, played in the last, I always tease the guys, I started in the last game that the Bengals, playoff game that the Bengals won. And so I hope they break that record soon. I'm tired of having that record. But I was very blessed to have a great career, and it opened doors to do wonderful things, to even be here. So after I played in the NFL, I spent 16 years kind of being a chaplain of the Bengals and the Reds, just trying to help them grow spiritually. And then about 6 years ago, God led us into teaching and coaching high school football. And so we love it, and it's a great way to spend my life. If you couldn't see his apparel, he is coaching and teaching here at Dayton Christian. What's that been like for you? It's been a great experience. It's as a head coach, I was an offense coordinator my first job over at Oak Hills, and there you had an off season, and there you didn't have a lot of fires to put out. You just focused on football. Here I got to be a counselor, I got to be a fundraiser, I got to be a equipment manager, and there is no off season. And so it's been a great transition, but you also can put your mark on a program. And we do what we call the way of the warrior, and so we try to encourage our students to grow spiritually, physically, mentally. And so we teach them football, but we talk about building champions and winning championships. And so as a head coach, I get to kind of put my stamp on the program, and we get to spend some time helping to build young men. All right. Well, Ken, I appreciate you joining us. We didn't do this back when we were in school, but I'm going to see if you know the answer. TOL? EDO, baby. Nice job.